Hey guys, today is Wednesday, May 27th, 2020. As I stated in my vlog yesterday, I have a meeting with my elementary principal, and it's going to be a week from today at 9 o'clock a.m., and we're going to talk very highly of beginning band for the next school year. So hopefully that meeting is going to go very well. Since I checked out of my old school yesterday, I really hadn't been doing much schoolwork today at all, which is why my vlog today isn't going to be as long as what a typical vlog would be. But I will tell you one thing. Another resource that I'm going to implement a whole lot more of is Sightreading Factory. As I told you before, in the curriculum that was written by my predecessor, he incorporates a ton of sight reading in his classes. Whether it's the junior high choir or high school band, he incorporates a lot of that stuff. So, I'm going to walk you through the basics of Sightreading Factory real quick. Alright, so today I'm going to show you the basics of Sightreading Factory. Over here on the bottom, you will see all the instruments that are offered. If you're doing a general music class, the best thing for you to do would be rhythm only. That is a good tool for you to just sight read rhythms. If you're a pianist, you can sight read for the piano part right over there. Today we are going to do choir. And so we're going to click on voice. And then we're going to do choir unison, because this would be a beginning sight reading exercise for where you have a middle school choir or a choir that's sight reading for the first time. And so we'll click on choir unison right over here. And so then it'll show you the levels that you have in this example. And so if you're having a 6th grade choir or 7th grade choir, we'll click on level 1 over here. Okay, that's the basics of sight reading. Okay, and so then we'll go to 4/4 time, and then we're going to go to C major, and then on this screen, do either free play or challenge. Challenge is testing your skills like you would in real life, or free play is practicing sight reading at your own speed. And so we're going to click on free play right over here. And so this is a 8-measure example. Okay? And so the top line over here would be for sopranos and altos. The bottom staff would be for tenors and basses. So I'm going to have 32 in my upcoming junior high choir, which is going to consist of mainly 7th graders. So this would be a perfect example for a middle school choir like the one I have to begin sight reading. Okay? And so you have no dynamics. You're in C major, and I would tell the students, okay, so right over here we have no sharps or flats. So guess what? That is in C major. Okay? And so over at the bottom there, you also see a time signature, and you'll see that on the top staff as well. And so you'll see that as 4/4 time. And so after a few minutes of instruction, you will click play. And it'll play. Measure 5. Now, here's how you can teach them. I'm probably going to recommend teaching using a oo vowel sound or an ah vowel sound, because some kids may not wonder what solfege even is. Okay? So when you go to the first four measures, okay, it's going to go like this. So I'm going to go by the tenor and bass part. I'm going to play that. Or, if your students are comfortable doing numbers, you can do 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. Or, with enough practice in solfege during vocal warm-ups and stuff, you can do do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re. The goal is to do solfege sightseeing. Okay? So let's pretend we have a choir that is multi-part. This would be for a high school choir. And so, obviously, we'll go to soprano, then we'll go to alto, then we'll go to baritone. Okay? And so we'll have a 3-part choir. So now I will show you on the settings bar how many measures you can implement in each exercise. So right now you have 8 measures. However, you could up that to 16, 20, or as little as much as 24. You could also limit your number of measures to as little as 4. Okay? But to get the most amount of sightseeing possible, let's go to 20. Now keep this in mind. I did not do sightseeing at my old school. I used Sightreading Factory with primarily my band students. And this is something that I'm going to have to step up my game when it comes to sight reading for choir. Because if I'm going to have students audition for my region's district choir, this is going to have to be in the works. Okay? Alright, so we have a key signature. And this is something that I would teach all my choir students and my band students. So key signature is really going to be the key here. So you see that there's a flat right over there on the 3rd line. Okay, so that would be B flat. And so B flat would be the only flat in that key signature. And so therefore, the key signature would be F major. Educators, if you are watching this video, if you have a suggestion as to how to teach your kids how to read F major, make a comment in the comment section, and we'll go on from there. So go ahead and make a comment if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions as to how to teach that specific key signature. One thing that I did not recognize is the time signature is 6/8. Okay, this is something that I would teach high schoolers for sure. And we are at level 3. Okay? And so, you could also isolate parts. So let's say, for instance, the baritones are struggling with pitch. So I would click on that particular note. Okay, if I can find it. So I'll have to do some playing around and see if there's any isolation of parts that I could do on Sightreading Factory, but here is the exercise. Second line. 3rd line. 4th line. 5th line. So there you have it. That's a pretty basic introduction of Sightreading Factory. As I told you before, I used it a lot with my band kids at my old school district. Not necessarily my choir students. Well, maybe a few times with elementary music and maybe junior high music. but I didn't incorporate sight reading for vocals as much at my old school as what I'm going to incorporate in my new school. Assessment is what I'm going to be pushing on as well with my new group of students as well. I've heard they're amazing sight readers, and they're used to sightseeing and they're used to sight reading every day in the classroom. That's how the sight reading scores have been up in the state large ensemble contest. That's when you take your choir or your band, you play a couple pieces of music or you sing a couple songs, and then you go into the sight reading room and you sight read a piece. And with enough sight reading during the day, every day, now don't take your foot off the gas and put your foot on the brake for that reason. You want your sight reading scores up, you want your groups to be successful, and that's the way I'd imagine your groups to be successful, is by incorporating Sightreading Factory. Now, there's going to be another day where I'm going to show you how to be specific for a certain voice or a certain instrument. But when I vlog on Friday, I'm going to show you the basics of Sightreading Factory for band, because there is a cool way how to do it for band. So I will talk to you on Friday. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. I hope we get back to the classroom very soon. Take care, everybody. I hope you log on to www.sightreadingfactory.com. That's my resource of the day.